Hello, just wanted to give a quick demo on how to cut this stuff. I think that there's everybody tells me that there's some special tool for cutting laminate like this, but I don't know where it is, or I haven't been able to find what it is. So I just score it with a good utility knife, a brand new blade, so it's nice and sharp. You determine where you want to cut, and I've marked it there with the marker. I'm giving a little bit of excess because then I'm going to route the edges once it's glued on. Whenever you're cutting something like this with a sharp blade, always make sure that you keep your fingers on this side of the straight edge. Make sure you don't have any fingers overlapping, because that's in the way of your blade. So make sure your fingers are on this side, and I'm protecting the side that I want to keep. So I can make all sorts of marks over here. It can sway this way and it'll be fine. It's not going to scratch the side that I'm keeping. So I just score it. You don't have to go through it. You just have to kind of score the top a couple of times. Don't push too hard, you're just scoring the top. And then once you've got a ridge in there, I'll go over it a couple of more times. And then just snap it. The more that you score the edge, the easier it'll snap. And yeah, now I've got a nice clean edge. Once I route it, glue it on top and route it, then I take my utility knife, the dull side, and just kind of go over the edges like that, and that gives you a nice smooth edge. Before gluing the laminate sheet on here that I just cut, I took off the old laminate. It just peels right off of this stuff. It just comes right off. And you can tell that the edges are kind of warped. They kind of expanded because of some water got in there. So before I glue it down, I'll sand it first. That way the laminate's going to be nice and even. Then I will take my X-Acto blade and open my glue. I use this heavy duty construction adhesive. Something Liquid Nails or other brands I'm sure would work great too. And then I'll bevel this to the amount that I want. Just gonna do like a medium amount or so. Put it around the edges. I kind of do like the way it looks if it bleeds a little bit. But then that white will show through, so sometimes that doesn't look good, sometimes it's fine. If it's uniform, I think it looks fine. Put a little bit in the middle. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Kind of set it down and put pressure on it. You know, I think this is better than repainting the cabinets for sure. It's going to last longer. It's not going to scuff like paint would. It's not going to chip off. And then I'm just going to leave that, maybe put a weight on it and let that sit for a few hours before routing it. Okay, a few just last pointers for this resurfacing using laminate with a router. You know, I mean, one thing, I mean, I did used to carefully measure instead of use a router just to get so it was the right size. But you know, it's easy to make mistakes. It's so much easier. Just let the router, you know, do the careful measuring for you. So I have this router set. So just, if I could focus in there, just enough to cut the top and not the actual cabinet face or the drawer. You know, obviously use hearing and eye protection. This particular laminate is called Montana Walnut. It's a Wilson Art product. It can be purchased at big box stores online. They usually don't have it in store. That's usually the easiest way that I've found to get it. There you go. Thank you. Sorry, the very, very last thing. Make sure that the cabinet, when you're gluing this on, that you're gluing the laminate in the correct orientation that you want it. Sometimes it might look upside down if you do it the wrong way. So just be aware of how you're gluing these on. There it is, finished. Since it's got a uniform glue, it just looks like another layer of the laminate. There you go. So yeah. And again, remember to finish the edges by just going over it with your blade.